through history, he reveals the experience of his remnant. Because that's what we're talking about, that God has a remnant unto himself, even to this day, this moment. And that's why we look at the history of God's people, the history of Israel. Did you know that the Bible is also a history book? And it tells and it shows us how God preserves and keeps his remnant, how he brings his saints through the fire, through the trials and the tribulations. Couldn't be done in the natural, but he does. It's all there to encourage us and show us what he's doing. We see, don't we, in the nation of Israel, that there is a spiritual remnant. God has got a remnant in Israel even now, today, set apart to himself. And we know that when the great tribulation comes, Israel will go through purification again, and a remnant will be saved to go through into the millennium. Not all Israel will be saved. Out of each nation, through the great tribulation, God will have a remnant that will be saved. We're even told in the book of Revelation that those who call upon the Lord in that day will be saved. Again, it reminds us of God's remnant. I'm reminded of Elijah when going through trial and persecution, and he said, Lord, I'm the only one that's left. Where are the rest of them? And God said, I got 7,000 who have not bowed their knee to Baal. I'm reminded of Israel in captivity. And there was Ezekiel, Mordecai, Daniel, and all of those are remnants that God had. A remnant returns from captivity under Ezra and Nehemiah and so on. All again reminding us that God has got a remnant preserved. There were even those that were looking for Messiah. At the time when he was due to come, God even had a remnant in that time. And remember, for 400 years before Jesus came, Messiah came, they had no voice. They had no prophet. There was a corrupt priesthood, the Pharisees. A terrible time in Israel's history. But look what it says in Luke 2 and verse 38. Luke chapter 2 and verse 38.